Hello everybody and welcome to episode 20 of my Guild Wars 2 series. Today we are heading into the personal story for our first chapter of the Norn personal story. Last episode we did some map completion, so today it makes sense to work on our story. Starting off our story, we have a mail from Bygarth the Blacksmith titled "A Challenge Awaits You in Hobrak." Hail, Slayer of Asamir. I heard of your victory in the Great Hunt, and Erstigalkin herself recommended I contact you. I have a challenge for you, one that will benefit us both if you are willing to meet it. I await your arrival at Might and Main in Hobrak. But glory waits for no Norn. Come see me, and I guarantee both our legends will grow. Written by Bygarth. So let's go ahead and head to the starting area of the Norn here in Wafer Foothills, and we can run into Hobrak for the first time ever. Here, as the statues of the spirits of the wild gaze down upon us, we can come through the portal and we can enter the capital city for the Norn. And here is Hobrak. Hobrak is home to the Norns now that they were driven south by the Elder Dragon Jormag. A great hero of the Norn, Ice-Skier Dragonrender, actually brought the Norn and marched them south of here, and he built the first great lodge here in Hobrak, and from there it has grown, and there are now multiple lodges that reside here that all honored the four main spirits of the wild alongside the great lodge here, as well as some shrines to the other spirits of the wild as well. Ice-Skier Dragonrender actually fought against Jormag and rendered their tooth from their mouth, only one tooth, and it is displayed here in the Great Lodge.
Smithing's like cooking. The more you love doing it, the better the results.
And next to the Fang of the Serpent, we have Bygarth here that we can go ahead and have a chat with and see what he has for us.
Bygarth the Smith, what would you have of this season's finest slayer?
Oh, you're mighty confident for one so young. Reminds me of me after I won the Great Hunt. Oh, but that was a long time ago. I chose smithing over hunting, and I never regretted it. Now it's time to forge my masterpiece, a mighty weapon to break Jormag's tooth.
Nothing has so much as scratched the tooth in over 100 years. What makes you think you could craft such a thing?
Deldrimore steel. If I can get my hands on enough of it, I can make a weapon to shatter mountains. The secret of the alloy was lost with the dwarves, but I can smelt existing relics into the steel I need. Such artifacts have surfaced in a Jotun cave near Grollenfjord. Yeah, that's why I sent for you. If you can beat back the Jotun and collect the artifacts I need to forge the weapon, you might be worthy of bearing it. Interested?
Interested? Ha! I'm determined. Ready your forge for dwarven metal smithy.
So here we have a quest to get some artifacts to turn into a sword, and the purpose of the sword is to injure the Fang of the Serpent here. So since this Fang has been rendered, nobody, not a single Norn, has been able to harm it at all, put any cracks in it, put any dents in it, though many have tried in many different ways. And it is legend that once a Norn is able to inflict a wound upon the Fang of the Serpent here, that Norn will lead all of the Norn back north to the ancient homelands, and they will defeat Jormag and reclaim what is rightfully theirs. Nope, no chance for us. But we can go ahead and leave Hobrak and we can head to the Jotun cave, but I think I'm going to go ahead and check out a couple of things on the way out, just to explore Hobrak a little bit here. So here in the central area we have quite a bit of stuff going on here, and this is the main crafting area around the Great Lodge, where if you come over here to this waypoint we can take a look at Hobrak as a whole, and you can see four big different lodges that all are dedicated to the four main spirits of the wild. So we have Snow Leopard, Raven, Bear, and Wolf, and then the Great Lodge, which towers over all of Hobrak here, is the original lodge that was built by Ice-Skier Dragonrender when he brought the Norn south. All around here are different crafting stations on trading post and the bank and whatnot that we can use for our basic MMO and trading needs, as well as just working on some crafting and stuff, which we'll do at some point. There is also a portal right here that takes us to Lion's Arch if we were to run through it. I'll go ahead and just grab the waypoint right here, and there's a point of interest here potentially. I think it might just be the Priory encampment that exists right next to the portal. Then we can go ahead and run along the outskirts of this lodge a little bit, can get this waypoint right here, and then there's a vista over here as well as a point of interest and another vista that we could also grab. And then we have a nice waypoint right here for us to gather, and this waypoint is actually next to an exit to Jormag, which is something that I really like, and I mentioned this in a previous episode I think, but this leads to a level 40 to 50 map in the Shiverpeak Mountains. It's called Zhaitan Cliffs, and we are currently like level 16. We're exploring the level 1 to 15 map, and the city that connects to level 1 to 15 map connects to a level 40 to 50 map, and I don't know why, that just makes me feel happy or makes me feel like there's just a lot of stuff going on in this game, but I really like it when there are entrances to maps that are very, very high level maps next to maps that are very low level. It just gives you something to look forward to when you're at the low level, I suppose. But let's go ahead and have a look at this vista. And that vista was actually good for one of our dailies, and I haven't explored dailies at all yet in this series, and I would do that at a later time, but I'll go ahead and just get the reward for that, and we can get a little bit of extra experience and karma as a result of that. I'll go ahead and run over here, and there are a couple of point of interest right here. One of them I'll ignore, but I'll grab these two, and then I'll grab the vista, and then let's go ahead and head back into Wayfarer Foothills for our story. Here at this vista, we have a little bit of a jumping challenge in order to get up to it, but a pretty basic challenge, though I have kind of fallen 3 times on this, but overall not too difficult. And we can go ahead and just run over here and take a look at what this vista has to show for us. And then with having earned that vista, we can go ahead and waypoint back to Wayfarer Foothills, and we can do this story mission. Right here near the Bear Shrine, we have a Jotun camp that we can go ahead and attack. We have a Jotun right here. Let's go ahead and clear him out of the way first. There's like 3 Jotun running down the hill.
Leave before I tear your arms off and beat you to death with them.
Go ahead and fight all these Jotun, and then we can search for Deldrimor Steel. So the Deldrimor are dwarves, one of the factions of dwarves, and they played a big part of Guild Wars 1, and at the end of Guild Wars 1, they did what was called the Rite of the Great Dwarf, and basically they became stone, and they became immortal so that they could fight the Elder Dragon Primordus, and they were able to buy some time for all the different races of the world in order to prepare for the coming threat of the Elder Dragons.
Thank you. I can take care of myself from here. But there are more prisoners inside. Their sons dragged them in. And then I heard screams. Don't worry about me, help them.
And since the Rite of the Great Dwarf was enacted, we have only seen one dwarf.
Make another offering. A hunter who wandered too close. He is strong. His sacrifice will gain us power. We could butcher an entire homestead without this dragon. This ceremony is a waste. That faithless attitude is the reason for our decline. Don't be so eager to embrace ignorance. We live no better than animals. Ignorance is relying on others to save us. That will be our downfall.
There's only one dwarf that exists in our society, and he is a dwarf that is actually a member of the Durman Priory, and we will meet him soon enough. Let's go ahead and fight this Jotun. As I mentioned earlier, they are an ancient race. They have existed for thousands of years, and they actually existed during the last dragon cycle. So the Elder Dragons basically awaken every 10,000 or so years, and they basically rain chaos upon the world, and then they fall back asleep. And the Jotun were one of the races that existed during the last dragon cycle 10,000 years ago, and they still exist today. But back 10,000 years ago, they were a very powerful race of people, and today they have fallen and they have declined, and they are essentially savages. Let's go ahead and pay our respects to the fallen. We can say, I'm sorry I couldn't help you, and then we can leave the altar, and we can return to Bygarth and Hobrak. We saw the Jotun here were sacrificing Norn for the elder dragon Jormag, presumably, and apparently Sons of Svanir were around here as well. We can go ahead and get our level up reward here, which are some shoulder pads that we can go ahead and equip, and then we can go ahead and just head back to Hobrak and chat with Bygarth. The dragon cycle is something that we will be touching on a lot of this Let's Play series, and I think I talked about it a little bit early right there, but it is still important for us to understand, and that is only the basic and the bare minimum that we need to understand at this point, and we will be learning a lot more about the dragon cycle, the dragons, and everything involving the dragons. But for now, we are just working on our domestic issues. We are currently working on our Norn personal story, and we can go ahead and chat with Bygarth and progress that personal story and progress in forging the stone, and we can also figure out what this issue with the Sons of Svanir and the Jotun are.
I brought your dwarven steel, blacksmith. I also saw the bodies of the other hunters you sent. Those Jotun are worshipping the ice dragon.
Bear's breath. I didn't know that. I'll take the steel off your hands, but I can't do anything about the Jotun. Though I do know someone who can. Do you know Ascalon? Tall, beautiful, travels with a huge black wolf. She killed one of the ice dragon's strongest lieutenants.
Of course. She fought beside me against Isormir, and I've heard songs of her epic deeds at several moots.
She could help us. And not to be a gossip or anything, I hear she's taken quite an interest in you since the Great Hunt.
In me? Why?
To tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Perhaps you impressed her. In any case, ask her about these Jotun, and I'm sure she'll lend a hand.
So Ascalon, one of the greatest heroes the Norn have ever seen, has an interest in us because we have won the Great Hunt. Let's go ahead and head to her homestead and chat with her about the Jotun. Ascalon was one of the members of Destiny's Edge, which was a guild of heroes that fought one of the lieutenants of Kralkatorrik, one of the Elder Dragons, before the events of Guild Wars 2. And currently that guild is broken up and all of the different members exist in different areas of the world. We have met Logan Thackeray, who is the commander of the Seraph in Divinity's Reach, and we have met Rithok Brimstone, who is a blood tribune in the Black Citadel. Let's go ahead and meet Ascalon, one of the greatest heroes of the Norn, who has her wolf Garm at her side at all times. Coming into Air's homestead here, we can see that there are a ton of statues here.
Raven's Beak, that's one bad statue.
What are you talking about? It's incredible. The carving is flawless.
I'm not questioning her skill, just her choice of subjects. That oaf doesn't deserve a monument.
We have a ton of different statues here, and we can go ahead and take a quick moment and interact with them all. Said to Blade Strong, her eternal journey shall end only when the Mesmer Blackheart is slain and her love avenged. May she one day know rest at last. Here we have Brothander Half-Mad, who was the inventor of Bear's Brown Ale. In his own words, brews 1 through 94 were poisoned, but 95 by Bear, that's a winner. Here we have Snaff, who is an incredibly important character in the history of Guild Wars 2's story, who was a member of Destiny's Edge, but unfortunately died during a battle against Kralkatorrik. Here we have Snaff, a statue of an older Ashura looking mischievous, kind, and careworn. The area for inscription is conspicuously blank. Above the space is simply Snaff, nothing more. Here we have Jorah, Mountain Walker, Kinslayer, Cursebreaker, Blood Washes Blood. Then here we have Garretta Whitebear, Enchantress, Destroyer of the Flesh Reaver, Lord Titus, Bane of Lies. Let all Norn know this shall be an age of heroes. And then last we have Askir Dragon Render here, Battlemaster, favorite of the spirits of the wild, builder of Hobrak, may his legend live forever. These were all handcrafted by Ascalon.
You know I can't carve your image properly when you're wiggling. Oh, this stone isn't right. It'll never... What's that, Garm? Someone's coming? Very well, we'll leave this alone for now. Perhaps the next stone will be better.
We have another statue in here as well. Einar Cliffstrider, stalwart guardian, father of Ascalon, fell with honor at the Battle of Icecrest. Who dares, wins. Let's go ahead and chat with Ascalon here, who is carving a statue of her beloved wolf, Garm.
I wish you clear... It's good to see you again, Slayer. You look troubled. What's wrong?
I've been to the Jotun caves near Grollenfjord. They're worshipping the elder dragon Jormag.
Jotun are fanatical about their old ways. They wouldn't worship Jormag. Unless... What do you know about the Sons of Svanir?
I know they're the idiots who embrace the ice dragon as a spirit of the wild.
From what you saw, so do these Jotun. There has to be a connection. There are Sons of Svanir near Hirbat's camp. They might be involved. This is definitely worth a Slayer's attention. If you're willing, Garm and I will meet you there. Let's see if we can persuade the Sons to tell us what's going on.
That sounds perfect. Heirs to Galkin, side by side with the Slayer of Isormir. The Skalds will sing of this for generations.
Careful. Skalds also sing of noble hunters dying grisly deaths. But with Wolf's help, we'll give them something better. See you there.
So now we can go ahead and receive our reward, and we can head to the Sons of Svanir camp and meet Air right outside of it. Here's our story mission of Disciples of the Dragon. Here outside of the Sons of Svanir camp, we should be able to meet up with Erstegaken and Garm, and we can go ahead and chat with her and figure out what we need to do here.
The Sons of Svanir are close by. We can try talking to them, but they hate anyone who doesn't serve their dragon, and they utterly despise women.
Maybe Garm should take the lead.
Bad idea. Garm leads with his teeth.
Well, well. Look, brothers. A stranger, a woman, and a mangy dog. It's like the beginning of a bad joke.
We're here about Jotun worshipping the ice dragon near Grollenfjord.
Go back to carving stones, Stagulkin, and take your dogs with you.
Seems you boys didn't understand the lady. I'll say it slower. Tell us about the Jotun and the dragon.
You should have left when you had the chance. Now you die.
So the world's biggest incels have decided that they want to attack us, so let's go ahead and deal with this threat here.
Intruders! It's Stagulkin and the Slayer of Isormir! Kill them both!
All of them are quite easy to deal with. Go ahead and strike down these few, and then we can work our way into the cave and we can fight them all. Looks like they're coming at us group by group.
There's another wave coming.
We currently have a slot for another skill, so let's go ahead and come into our training here. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a survival skill, I think, and I'll go ahead and put all of my hero points into here, and we can unlock all these different skills.
We need to go on the offensive and take the fight to them.
And let's go ahead and equip one of them. I think I'm going to go ahead and equip Quickening Zephyr, which will give us quickness and super speed, so we can use this and then use our 2, and we can shoot super fast, and we just obliterated that zealot there.
Curse you! None can desecrate the dragon's
Here
shrine
you'll
and
find your
live!
defeat.
Looks like there's only a couple more Sons of Svanir left, as well as a high-ranking one that we can deal with. Let's go ahead and come over here, fight a couple of Ice Red Wolves.
Myself. In Jormag's name, I will kill you all!
Let's go ahead and just have battle with this guy, and it looks like there is a totem to Jormag there as well. Let's go ahead and
Well
finish him
done.
off,
Now let's see what their leader knows.
and then we can interrogate him and see what he knows.
Start talking. Tell us how you converted the Jotun, or we'll whip you through the streets of Holbreck with a lash made of Air's braids.
You wouldn't dare! I'd be slaughtered by my own comrades!
Then tell us what we want to know.
All right! We converted the giant King Korag. He converted his followers in Ozenfold Shear.
This Korag sounds ambitious. The Jotun haven't had a giant king for centuries, and the last thing Holbreck needs is one that worships Jormag.
Drag this fool to Holbreck and give him to the Wolfborn. I'll head for Ozenfold Shear and have a word with Korag, the giant king.
Wolf Shaggy Hide, you're a bold one. Be careful. There's glory in fighting impossible odds, but it's hard to brag when you're dead.
Don't worry, we'll share a drink to victory in the Great Lodge when I return.
Let's go ahead and just grab our reward here. We have a new greatsword, and I can go ahead and equip this. And now, let's go ahead and head to the Ozenfold Shear, and we can go ahead and meet with this giant king, a self-proclaimed leader of the Jotun here in Wayfarer Foothills. Echoes of the ages past. Here we see a Jotun runestone on the loading screen. Let's go ahead and chat with this Jotun guard who's level 14, a little concerning there.
Where is Korag? Your giant king is a weakling and a coward. I challenge him to single combat.
You're not worthy to even speak his name. Run while you still have legs. Korag rules these mountains. He will unify all Jotun behind his iron fist.
If I need to kill you and every other Jotun here to get Korag's attention, so be it.
If you truly wish to be tested, the worship stone behind me is an ancient and holy relic. Its power judges any who touch it, fail, and die.
Touching a rock earns me the right to fight Korag?
Walk away, while you can still mock death. Otherwise, we'll mock your smoldering corpse.
Tell Korag to prepare for battle. This won't take long.
Let's go ahead and touch the worship stone here, and we can see what challenge lays ahead of us.
Approaching the worship stone, and why are we allowing it? Because we could use some entertainment.
Defeat Elder Throne.
Our sacred ground, die!
Let's go ahead and fight him. We can use our Quickening Zephyr, and then we can chill in with Kaizen there. Go ahead and use my AoE ability here, and I can use my Flame Trap, and then use my 2 ability
I
again.
yield. You have proven yourself worthy. Come, little Norn. Let us speak.
And then we can go ahead and have a chat with this Elder here, and see what he has to
From the
say.
shadows of memory, I salute you.
Who are you?
I am the elder known as Throne. I was a giant king when the Jotun ruled all that we surveyed. My people were proud and strong. Now, I am but an echo of the past.
Your people are in great danger. Korag has begun to worship the Ice Dragon, a creature that will destroy them. The Ice Dragon has already brutalized my people. It will corrupt and consume the last of yours if Korag has his way. Help me stop him.
The blood of giant kings flows in Korag's veins and gives him great power. I cannot stop him, but I can tell you the tale of the giant kings. Perhaps that will help you save my people from this fate. I will show you the Jotun of ages past, when we strode over the world as mighty lords. Witness the savagery, greed, and vanity that ended our glorious rule. Once, we were as gods. Behold, at the height of our power, arrogance and jealousy led the Jotun to civil war. Our blood is the blood of the mountains. In it, there is power. And so we fought. Over blood itself. Vraxes, I shall feast on your beating heart. I am king, and this land is mine. You're a pretender, Bolkar. Not a king, not a brother. I'll burn this land before I yield it to you. The giant kings turned on each other. Brother murdered brother. Son murdered father. What we did not realize is that with each death, we weakened the very blood we sought to claim. We tore ourselves to ribbons, scrabbling over power. Now, we bicker over mere scraps. If Jormag sacrifices his people to the Ice Dragon in his lust for power, our fall will be complete, and the Jotun will be no more. All that will remain is empty markings on snow-covered stone. Nothing happened. No flash, no fire. No, I felt the stone's power. Something happened. We just didn't see it.
Let's go ahead and speak with Korag. Korag, and his description for his skills is Korag.
Arrogant insect. You dare challenge me. You are nothing.
And you are nothing compared to what your people once were. Throne showed me the truth. Your lust for power will destroy your people, as it did in the old days. I came to challenge you, but for Elder Throne's sake, I'm giving you this chance. Reject the dragon. Your people have already suffered enough.
Pity from a Norn. I expected more. Jormag will give us the strength to restore our glory. We will rule the mountains again.
The Ice Dragon makes slaves, not kings. Ask the sons of Svanir where their glory is, and you'll see that you've been lied to.
I will go and demand Jormag's blessing. When I return, I will show you the power of my faith. I challenge you to do the same.
Done. But I warn you, be wise as well as strong, Korag. If you insist on serving the Ice Dragon, I will cut you down.
He says, go acquire more power if you can. Until then, the mountain does not acknowledge the insect. Begone. Let's go ahead and head back to Erstagakken's camp in Holbrak, and we can debrief her about what we've experienced here. Here's Erstagakken with Bygarth and Garm as well.
It's worse than we thought. The sons of Svanir have duped Korag. He thinks the Ice Dragon will make him a true giant king. I offered him a way out for his people's sake. He's gone to get the truth from the sons of Svanir. Either he'll defy them, or they'll have to prove the dragon's strength and make him even more powerful.
Jotun don't walk away from a challenge. The sons will make Korag 10 times more powerful, and he'll fight. You'll be no match for him, even with Heir's help.
Bygarth is right. You'll have to prepare. Wolf favors those who stand for the pack, as you have. Speak with Wolf Shaman in Holbrak, and Wolf will aid us.
I'd prefer something more solid. You need a worthy weapon to crush Korag. With a bit more effort, I can make the Deldrimor weapon we started mighty enough to topple a giant king. It will require tempering in the heart's blood of a mighty beast. There's a griffin named Windshear. If you can track him and defeat him, the weapon will be unmatched.
Very well, Slayer. Choose carefully. This is part of your education in becoming a great hero. Do you want to secure Wolf's blessing, or enhance Bygarth's weapon?
So here we have an option where we can either enhance Bygarth's weapon, or we can get Wolf's blessing, and I'm going to go ahead and pick that I trust the spirits of the wild. Korag will tremble before Wolf's ferocity. And Erstagakken says, then go to Wolf Lodge in Holbrak and speak with the shaman. He will commune with Wolf on your behalf. Let's go ahead and accept our reward here, and then we can go ahead and head to the Wolf Lodge. We also level it up to level 19, so we can pick a die, and the third die that we have not unlocked yet, because we are on our third character now, or we leveled up to level 18 actually, is the Rose Ice die. Let's go ahead and accept this reward, and I will unlock that die, and we can go ahead and head to the Wolf Lodge. So here is the shaman at the Wolf Lodge. Let's go ahead and chat with him.
I am Fastolf Jotharson, Speaker of Wolf for Holbrek's Lodge. Why do you seek the spirit?
I bring news of danger. The Jotun leader of Ossenfold Shear now worships the dragon. I need Wolf's advice and his blessing to defeat such a powerful foe.
Quite a challenge. I'll envy your tale of victory. More, though, your arrival is a sign of Wolf's will. Only this morning, a scout reported that the Sons of Svanir have corrupted one of the local pack alphas, a wolf known as Ormi. Ormi is beloved of Wolf, but he is lost. His spirit must be set free, and his sickened body destroyed. Do this, and Wolf will repay you with the strength to best your Jotun quarry.
I'll do it. Tell me where to find Ormi, and I'll release his spirit into the mists.
Go to Dragon Hollow. I'll send word for Erstagakken to join you. She has often fought against the dragon's corruption. Good luck, Slayer. Return when Ormi is at peace.
So now we can go ahead and head towards where Ormi is, and we can free his spirit and his body, who has been corrupted by the ice dragon Jormag, and by doing so we will be able to gain the blessing of the wolf spirit. Twilight of the Wolf, we are entering our story mission here, and we're heading into the Sons of Svanir camp here in Holbrak, where the Sons of Svanir are allowed to be here as long as they're peaceful, but apparently
I came as
here,
soon as I heard. Quickly now. We can't leave Ormi like this.
it looks like some of the Sons of Svanir have died.
Look at all this carnage. Stay on your toes.
And looks like they died to the hands of Ormi. Let's go ahead and put down this fallen great wolf here. Go ahead and put down my traps, and then I can use my
Nothing
5
can bring me
ability,
down.
and then I'll go ahead and chill, and then I should be able to quickly deal with him here. He's evading all my attacks when I use my 2 ability, but we should be able to just launch a couple of arrows into him, and we have put him down. Let's go ahead and chat with Air. And she says, such a noble beast ruined by Jormag. Did you see the wolf's eyes so full of pain and fury? The sons must be stopped, and they must pay for what they did to Ormi. At least Ormi can rest. I'll give the sons some sleepless nights in his honor.
Die for this, Stegolkin. You've killed the beast that was blessed by Jormag, you wretched shrew!
Air's not alone, shovel face. You'll pay for the harm you've done to Wolf and to Ormy.
Sacrilege! We gave that wolf enough strength to rule 10 packs, and twist them all to Dragon's will. In Jormag's name, you will both die for this insult!
Let's go ahead and defeat the Son of Svanir here. Very ignorant and stupid. Let's go ahead and just launch one more attack there.
Getting out of here alive.
And there are a few more Sons of Svanir coming in. That one just sprinted across the ice. Maybe he slipped. Go ahead and deal with him. And there are just one more left after this one. And then maybe there's another group that comes in from the other side there. A very nice thing here is that I can use my Quickening Zephyr skill.
They just keep coming. Don't they understand we saved their lives?
Die for this.
I can use it while using any of my other skills, which is very nice. We have a few more suns coming in from the southeastern entrance here. Looks like there might be some coming from the north potentially as well. And with that was the last Son of Svanir we had to defeat. Let's go ahead and head back to the Wolf Shaman.
It's done. Ormy's suffering is over, and his spirit has returned to Wolf.
Wolf rejoices! He will repay your effort with the strength and speed to defeat your Jotun adversary. Spirit of Wolf, hear my call. Grant your speed, your strength, and your ferocity to this one who has aided you. Guide us, and lend us your blessing.
I don't feel any different. Did it work?
Wolf has heard our call. He will watch over you when you face the Jotun king, and his gift will place victory in your grasp. All you must do is seize it.
Thank you. With Wolf's blessing, I will bury Korag and free his people from the doom he has brought upon them.
Run with the pack, my friend.
Let's go ahead and gather our reward from this story mission, where we got a short bow, which we can look at probably next episode. We also got a level up reward to level 19. Let's go ahead and face the last of the Giant Kings, and we can confront Korag alongside Erstegaken, and with the Spirit of Wolf by our side as well. Here's our story mission, the last of the Giant Kings. Let's go ahead and run into Asenfod Shir here. We have Erstegaken, and there are a ton of Jotun standing right behind her.
Wolf's blessings surround you like a moonlit cloud. I can see it. And so will Korag.
It will be the last thing he sees.
Indeed, but let's not kid ourselves. The Jotun won't let us just walk up to Korag and start swinging.
The dragon can cheat all at once. Korag will die, and so will all of Jormag's minions.
Keep that confidence, Slayer. Doubt can cripple a hero, but a bold heart will carry you through when doubt grows strong. Go. Garm and I will be right behind you.
So we have transformed into a Spirit of Wolf here, and we have a ton of new abilities here. Let's go ahead and run in here, and we can deal with the first Jotun. So we have a bite attack where we just do basic bite. We have a lunge where it's a more powerful attack. We have a leap as well, so we have 2 movement skills it looks like. We have Baby Wolf, which summons a Spectre Wolf to aid us in battle for a short time. I'll go ahead and save that for when we fight Korag. And then we have Healing Howl, where we will heal ourselves. So it looks like we mostly want to focus on our 1, 2, and 3 skills here. So let's go ahead and finish off these 2 Jotun, and then we have a ton coming in here. You can go ahead and defeat them all. Go ahead and use my healing ability there. And then there are only 2 Jotun left for us to fight. Let's go ahead and bring them down, and then hopefully Korag will be here for us to fight as well. We have a ton more Jotun coming in here. And with having defeated the Jotun, we have a little bit of a cutscene here.
Is that the Norn who doubts Jormag? Ha! Fangs and fur won't save you. Ah, look upon me now, little one, and see the might of a giant king.
I see nothing more than a creature who sold his soul and his people for power, and was duped into slavery.
I'll tear you in half, and lay the pieces on Jormag's altar. The dragon keeps its bargains. I am undefeatable. The Jotun will rule the Shiverpeaks once more.
So we have Korag here. Let's go ahead and fight him in battle. With Erstegaken by our side alongside Garm and Wolf Spirit, we can bring Korag down.
Stay on the
cannot
offensive.
win.
He can't last much longer.
And one more strike should be able to do it here. And we were able to best the last Giant King of the Jotun. Let's go ahead and address the surviving Jotun that are just outside of the camp here.
I thought they'd quit after we killed Korag, but here come more. See what became of your leader? This is what the dragon offers. Lies, broken promises, and death.
Korag sold himself for power, and it led to his death. Do you intend to join him?
No. One day we will be powerful again, but not through the dragon's influence. We go now.
They were a proud people once, but pride became arrogance and strength. Brutality. I pray we never walk that path.
We won't. Not with leaders like you guiding us.
You are a bright spirit, Slayer. You have the potential to accomplish great things, to be immortalized in song and in stone. In my youth, some said that of me, but I fell short. But my tale is not over. I can teach you what I know of the world and how to face its dangers. Return to me when you are troubled and I will lend you aid.
It would be an honor. Until we meet again.
Don't talk to them. They are beneath us.
And with that, we have completed this chapter of the personal story. We can go ahead and accept our rewards there, and we actually leveled up to level 20, which means we have unlocked the next chapter of our personal story. But next episode, I'm going to go ahead and head out into the open world again and do some more map completion. But that is for next episode. As far as this one goes, I'm going to go ahead and come back to Jormag, and I will sell some things to the merchant, and I will go ahead and call it good here. I hope you all enjoyed playing through this episode alongside me. I very much enjoyed exploring the first chapter of the Norn personal story and learning more about the Jotun as well as the Norn as a whole. I hope you all are taking good care of yourselves. Remember, drink some water, check your posture, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time in the world of Teria. Goodbye.